Hi fellow Flosstubers, it's Talia, and I am speaking loudly today because I'm home alone. I know, right? It never happens. My son's at work, about to be a guest star. Move, Callie. um, my son's at work. My daughter just got picked up to go to a doctor's appointment by transportation. And our other housemate he was kind of in a bad accident about a week ago, and he is staying with his dad while they deal with the lawyers and stuff because it was the semi-truck's driver's fault. So, um, today it's not going to be a lot of different stuff. Today I just wanted to give you guys an update on my WIPs. And also, I am going to do the tag that I was going to do last week, but there was too much fumbling around, and I didn't think you guys wanted to see me fumbling around for 30 minutes trying to find the page with all the tags listed. So that's what we have planned for today. So let me get started on that. Just un momento. Okay. First off, as you know, I've only been really working on the Lizzie Kate ABCs of Parenting and the ginormous Pokemon BAP that is meant to be for my son for his birthday in June. So, the ABCs of Parenting, I've gotten a good bit on that. And let me show you that. Guess what? I'm actually prepared today. I know, right? Two amazing things in one day. So this is that. You can see it. Yeah, okay. That's how far I've gotten on that. It's coming along very smoothly. I have to be able to see. I'm nosy like that. This row right here, there's one more row of wording above that, which is where the A is like way over here on this side. It's probably right about here, or maybe right here is where the A is. And then when I get done with that, then I get to move down to the bottom half. If I keep moving on the pace that I'm on, I should be able to finish this. I'm giving myself, I should be able to finish it by mid-November at the latest, if not the beginning of November. Because it's taken me, I can get a row of wording out every few days. It depends on if I work on it, how much I work on it at work. And I've been really naughty this week. That I've been working on my sewing instead of working. And I need to start working. Because I have a mountain of stuff that's piled up that I need to do. So, that's the Lizzie Kate. Oh, I meant to show you. Some people are like me, and they like to look at the backs, to see what the backs look like. I'm one of those people. I'm obsessed with the backs. So, for those of you who are interested in backs, if you're not interested in backs, don't worry. This will only take a second. Just hang in there. This is my back. As you can see. Oops. Yeah. That's the back. It's very neat. I'm OCD. I've mentioned this before in other videos. I'm OCD about my backs. And I used to be horrible on my backs. My backs were like all over the place. And now that they're nice and neat, I'm happy. So Pokemon, I haven't really felt like working on Pokemon. Let's be honest here. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I haven't got a chance to work on Pokemon. It's not that I haven't gotten a chance. Because I can only work on it at home at night. And I don't have any extra lighting other than the lighting that's in the ceiling. I can only work on it at night after work when I feel like it. And on my days off. So I'm going to try to get as much as I can done on this today. It's incredibly tedious. But before I go off anymore on that, this is Pokemon. It hasn't really gotten much done on it. I've gotten like 2 squares done on it. I think this square right here, I finished it off because well, I don't even remember where I was in the last video. So yeah, this right here. So, okay. This square right here. I know I finished this off. I can't remember where I was in the last video. No, I was thinking I may have took a picture of it. But I don't know. I'll look and see after I get done filming. But anyway, this square, this gray square here, and then I finally did that yellow square on the end on the second row. What I'm thinking about doing is this checkerboard is unbelievably tedious and monotonous. What is up with my voice today? And what I'm thinking about doing is the page itself ends like around the page actually ends like right here. There's one row of the yellow on that page, and so it ends right here. So, and there are some characters that start like right around here. What I'm thinking about doing is cheating and skipping ahead to where the characters start and put this up. Skipping ahead to where the characters start, and then on the days when like on the days when I don't really want to work off a pattern, or that I just kind of need some mindless work to watch a new episode of a show that I watch because the seasons are starting up. And I'm going to be missing a lot. I already have missed the first episode of How to Get Away with Murder. And I know that's on Hulu, and I need to watch that. But there's so much other stuff to watch. And you guys that are complaining that there's not enough videos, you guys have too much time on your hands, because I am behind. Unless the first time I've actually been, that I've really actually been behind on subscribed videos. I'm behind. I'm probably behind about 3 or 4 days. Which is the way you guys post, the way you guys are posting here lately. It's about a dozen videos. Maybe not that many, 8 or 10, somewhere around there. So I'm trying to catch up between that and getting through Doctor Who, so that I can hurry up and get to the 50th anniversary episode and see David Tennant again. And stitching and work. I'll be so happy when October 31st gets here, because it's the last day at my job, and I'll have more time on my hands. Finances might be a little bit tight, at least for a little while, until things level out. But I won't have to worry about going to my job anymore, and the job that I absolutely hate. So, that's all the updates I have on my WIPs. I don't have any haul this week. I'm still bidding on stuff on Listia, and I'm gonna try to go buy the LNS today, since I took off on Tuesday for a reason, but having no transportation sucks. I don't know what time she closes, so I'm gonna try to make it by there today, when my son gets off work. But if I can't, if I don't make it by before she closes, then I will just have to go next month when I'm off work. So that's all for that right now. Like I said, I don't have any. Just got my WIPs, no haul yet. I'm waiting on my needle minders from Minding My Minders. And I know, Jeannie, I know you sent them out last week. And a couple of people, one or two people that was shipped out the same day, have gotten theirs, and I'm really, 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 really wanting my minders. I can't wait. I got like a little small blingy Ariel one, and I got a Supernatural minder, and a Lost Boys minder. Yeah. Because as much as I'm enjoying Doctor Who, Supernatural will always be my fandom. And a fandom is a community lifestyle of fans of a show. Some of you would be in the Doctor Who fandom, some people might be in the Sherlock fandom, Supernatural, any crazy fandom, Harry Potter. There's usually fandoms, I think, involve fantasy stuff. My cat's in psycho mode today. So yeah, I'll never give up my Supernatural. Sorry. I think I love Jensen Ackles more than I love David Tennant, because I've loved him longer than I have David Tennant. So you're never gonna pry Jensen Ackles away from me. Sorry. Okay. Tag. I have actually already looked up the tags, and thank you to the lovely lady who put all this together, Miss Trisha the Left-Handed Stitcher, on her blog. And I will, if nobody has seen it yet, I will post a link to the to her blog page that shows all the tags, all the Flosstube tags. And yeah, we needed this. So today I'm going to be doing, I might do a couple tags. I'm going to do the Dream World tag, and this was done originally by Rachel Pete back on August 28th of this year, August 28, 2015. And the first question: if you could stitch in any place in the world, where would it be? On a beach. I love the beach. I'm Pisces, so I love to be around water. Just being near water, whether it be an ocean or a lake, it gives me kind of a really deep inner sense of peace, and it calms me down internally, because I do suffer from anxiety and depression at times. Kind of was feeling a little bit depressed last night for no reason. And so yeah, if I can't get to Hawaii, I would go to it's a local beach here on the eastern coast that people like myself who from North and South Carolina, Georgia, we go to a lot. It's a popular beach. It's called Myrtle Beach. It's in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I know a couple of my classmates have actually moved to Myrtle Beach, so they're living there now. And I would love to live there. I would love to get one of the little shacks that's along the beach there and be able to walk out my door down to the beach and cross stitch or read or just be able to look out at the water and enjoy it with some music in my ears. So yeah, I'm gonna make that my retirement goal. Number 2, what is your most interesting dream while sleeping or awake? The most interesting dream. I've had a couple of dreams that I remember. One of them being when twice I've dreamed about my children's father who passed away some almost 15 years ago. He was killed in 2001. Was driving a cab and he was robbed and shot and basically died on the scene. And I subscribe to the idea that if you dream about somebody who's passed away, that it's them coming to visit you from heaven. And I have dreamed about him twice in the 14 years he's been gone. It was 14 years back in May, and both times the setting was slightly different, but both times all we did was sit and talk. Okay. Alright. Okay. That part will be edited out. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, my daughter called from her appointment and needed to know what her social security number was. So, where was I? Okay. Okay, what was your most interesting dream while sleeping or awake? Yeah. The dream about my children's father was probably the most interesting. Well, that was the most meaningful to me anyway. The most interesting dream involved Hellboy and a necklace. I can't really describe any more than that. And that's probably started my obsession with Hellboy after that. And there's also a Green Day song called Novocaine, and there's a lyric in there that says, "Kiss the demons out of my dreams." Yeah. So, number 3, if you could design your own planet, what would it look like? Which elements, animal or plant life on Earth would you take with you? If I could design my own planet, it would be very pretty beaches and like rainforest type things. It would be eternally 75 degrees at all times. I don't like cold, I don't like hot, 75 is a good temperature for me. There would be beaches with seashells and all the good stuff, not the nasty stuff. Let's leave the jellyfish and the sharks and all the nasty creatures here on Earth. We can do without those. Which would I take with me? What elements of Earth would you take with you? I don't know. I mean, I like the beautiful parts of Earth as it is. So I guess I don't know. I like the parts of Earth that are good. What element would I take with me? Water, I guess. Just make sure we have oceans and lakes on the new planet, and I'll be happy. If you were told you would have your own cross-stitch line one day, what would the theme be, or color scheme? If I have my own cross-stitch line, it would probably be some really nice, intricate, like religious and inspirational designs, not just for one religion or another, but for many religions. Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Hindu and Muslim, things like that. I've always thought that we're all equal. We all have our own beliefs, and none of us are less than anybody else. So, color scheme. Pretty. Just very nice. Muted colors. As much as I love purple, probably like, I'm gonna say seaside colors, light blues, yellows, greens, there's some purples in there, but very muted colors, but then maybe also have some pieces that are brightly colored for those of us who aren't old lady-ish. If you could, would you design a new type of thread? What would it look like? We have so many different kinds of thread now. I don't think we need anything else, to be perfectly honest. There's already too much to choose from, and I'm not about to add to that. If you knew you would live 100 more years, what would you stitch? Everything I could get my hands on. I don't know. I have a very wide, span of interest, and I mean, I'm going to be doing everything from Lost Boys to a stained glass Little Mermaid. So I have, I have 100 years to, stitch whatever I want. That's a good thing about being human, is that we have choices, that we can make our own choices about what the heck we want to do. And that is all for that one. Wow, those were really thought-invoking questions, especially the one about the planet. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of scrolling through the tags here, and I think I'll do the chaotic tag. Seems to be the next logical choice. And this was originally posted by MN Chaos on August 20th, 2015. Question 1 is 10 questions. Question 1, what is your culture slash heritage, where your ancestors from? What foods did you grow up eating? Did you grow up with a particular set of beliefs and traditions? I'm Southern, I can tell you that. My last name might dictate that there's some Irish in me somewhere. My grandmother on my mom's side has said that we are Cherokee. There's Cherokee Indian in me somewhere, like way down the line. So no, I mean, there's not any particular culture that I grew up around other than being Southern. The fried okra, the greens, it's standard Southern food. I mean, not deep South food like the pickled pig's feet or, the pickled eggs, anything like that, the chicken gizzards, and no. I'm not eating that. Sorry. If I don't like the way it looks, I'm not eating it. What foods did you grow up eating? Like I said, standard Southern food, but basic food. I used to eat fried okra when I was younger, but I may eat it like once a year. I think it's something about because when you fry okra, it's soft on the inside, and I think the mushiness of it kind of turns me off a little bit, but I used to eat it all the time when I was younger. Did you grow up with a particular set of beliefs and traditions? No, not really. Baptist, Presbyterian, different kinds of Christian. Do you make an effort to pass on the culture you grew up? Are you part of any counterculture, or are you more of an individualist? I'm individual. I am me. I don't subscribe to any particular way of life. I'm just me. Is there a social cause / cause you're passionate about, whether it be about education, health, the military, human rights, etc.? I'm big on animal rights, but I'm not a fanatic. I'm not gonna go beating drums and stuff about animal rights, but I'm a bleeding heart for animals, and their treatment. So other than that, that's it. Sorry, see, I'm trying to tear up thinking about it. Excuse me. Do you have a favorite style or aesthetic? For example, modern / vintage, fantasy, chic / shabby, chic, anime, kawaii, a certain decade's aesthetic, etc. My tastes have changed. I don't know about a certain aesthetic. I've kind of, as far as decorating wise, I've kind of gotten into, I guess you would call it country, cottage, shabby chic kind of thing. I am doing a lot of like vintage flowery stuff as well. I'm just kind of liking that stuff more. Like with the peonies, antique roses, hydrangeas always will be my favorite. Just the really delicate vintage stuff. And when I have the chance and I have the money to start actually decorating the way I want to decorate, then it would probably be country, shabby type of thing. Number 5. Do you somehow incorporate any of your above 4 answers into the choice of patterns you choose to stitch or designs? If yes, how do you incorporate them? If no, would or wouldn't you want to? Why or why not? Okay, first part of that. Do you somehow incorporate any of the above 4 answers into the choice of patterns you choose to stitch or design? Yes, because I have patterns of the vintage flowers and stuff, and I'm going to be starting at least one, if not more, next year for one of the sals. It is a larger piece, so I don't know. No, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong one. Sorry. But yeah, I do sometimes. I do, and I am looking at vintage stuff. I also have a thing for Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, so I might be stitching one of those as well, if not both, next year. How do you incorporate them? I stitch them. Let's move on to number 6. If you were to stitch a person, who would it be? I just said. I'm big on Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor. Who else do I like? And not just because, oh, it's cool to like them. I like them because of who they are. Marilyn Monroe she wasn't some beautiful, well, she was beautiful, but she wasn't what our idea is these days of a model. You know, she was thick. She was a thick girl. And she suffered for people loving her. You know, and I think that she couldn't really handle it. Elizabeth Taylor has always been beautiful. She was labeled as the most beautiful woman in the world back in her younger years. And, you know, their movies are great. You know, I love watching their movies. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof is my all-time favorite Elizabeth Taylor movie. Probably followed by Cleopatra. But, yeah. Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor. I'm going to be stitching those, so. Do you know of a little-known designer that you would like to let us know about? I'm still learning about designers. I learn about them through you guys on Flosstube and everywhere else. So I support everybody. I support everybody who's out there. Just because I might not like their designs doesn't mean that they don't deserve a place in the cross-stitch pattern world. What direction do you lay your top cross? Is there a reason for that? No particular reason. In fact, I think I may have started cross-stitching the opposite way, and I don't exactly know when it changed. But I lay my bottom cross, and I don't start specifically in one place or the other, but my bottom cross goes from top left to bottom right, and then I lay bottom left to top right over top of that. And depending on the pattern and the way that my stitches need to go, is dependent on which corner of the stitch that I lay first, whether I start from the top left or whether I come up through the bottom right. That's one of the reasons why I couldn't part, because I can't. I've heard it said that you have to stick to a specific way of stitching. You have to stick to, you know, always start your stitch in the same exact spot, and I can't do that. It's all very dependent on the pattern itself. Because I have a technique that I plan out my stitches so that I'm coming up as close to my next stitch in that color as possible. And I will go in the direction that I need to go in order to do that. Because I do plan, I plan ahead that way. And particularly like with Lizzie Kate, I have to kind of plan how I want, where I need to end up on one letter to come out to the closest spot on the next letter. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, I just went off on a tangent again. I'm sorry. But the question was, what direction do you lay your top cross? Is there a reason for that? Like I said, top cross, top stitch would be bottom left to top right. No reason, just that's the way I do it. And I used to do it the opposite way. Like looking at my older pieces, I used to go bottom right to top left, and I don't know why I did. I don't even know where the change happened. But that's the way I lay it now. Are there any rules or popular methods you don't follow in cross stitch, and why? I don't park as much as I would probably love to be able to park. The madness of all the strings hanging at one time, and I've seen the backs of those, and it's insane to me. I could never park. I've tried watching videos on parking, multiple people's videos on parking, and I can't do it. I cannot bring myself to park. One day I might try to grid, maybe, but it's just, I'm always so anxious to actually get started on the project. I don't like to spend a ton of time preparing a fabric for stitching. If someone were to find your FFOs or WIP pile in 100 years, when you're long gone, what might they say or think about you? That I'm older than that I'm an old lady. I don't know. I'm very sporadic and very spastic with almost everything that I do, and yeah, my whips are all over the place. They might think I'm probably older than I am, or older than I was. So I mean, because like I said, I have a vintage. I kind of have a vintage aesthetic. So yeah. And I hope they don't think I'm an old lady. I hope my kids would stand up for me. You know, and say I was young at heart. But, you know, I have a vintage. I feel like I'm an old soul in a younger body. That's what I was looking for. And that concludes that one. So, let's see. I think that's going to be all for today. I apologize. Again, I'm sitting here reading the computer. So that's all the tags I'm going to subject y'all to today. I think think I knocked out a pretty good bit. So, like I said, I will try to stop by my LNS today if I can make it there on time. And if I get anything, I will show you what I get. I have a couple of things that I need to kit up. It's in just to see what I can find there. It's really going to be a browsing session because I don't have a lot of money to spend there. It just depends on what they have, what I can find. And I will show you guys next week if I do. If not, I will just have to wait till another day to go. And hopefully my needle minders come in today. I'm very excited to get them. I can't wait to get them. Even though I still have 2 needle minders that I'm not even using from before, I'm going to have 3 more. So I will let you go for today. That's it. I will post the link to Teresa's blog page on where I was reading the tags from. It's very concise. It's all the tags in one place. And I'm sure that when new tags are added, I'm sure maybe she'll update it. So have a great Stitchy week. Have a blessed week. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.